When people think about translation, they often think it's like swapping out puzzle pieces. Take out the English word, put in the German word, and voila! But if you've ever tried this, you know the puzzle doesn't fit. The picture is distorted. Real translation is more like building an entirely different puzzle that happens to reveal the same image. The meaning stays the same, but the way you assemble it, the words you choose, the structure, the fit of the pieces can look completely different. My students hate it whenever they ask, what is the German word for X in class? And I answer with, that depends. Unfortunately, that is almost always the case. Let's take a simple example. What's the German word for is? If you answered ist, you're wrong. I wanted to use it in the sentence, he is reading a book. To say this, in German we say, liest ein Buch. Where is the word ist in that sentence? It isn't there. You don't need it in German. What about the word go? Seems simple enough. Obviously the answer is gehen. Nope, wrong again. The sentence I want to say is, let's go by train. The German translation would be, fahren wir mit dem Zug. Where's the verb gehen? It isn't there. This is the reason that you'll find many different translations for the same word in a dictionary. Look up the word go in any English to German dictionary. This site says that you could use los, gehe, geh, lauf, gehen, fahren, sagen, hingehen, führen, hinkommen, funktionieren, laufen und setzen. Every German translation is about context. It's about how the word is being used. Why is the word being used? What kind of conversation is this word? So what do we do instead? If you can't just substitute one word for a different word, how do we really translate? We try to find a way to express the same meaning, sentiment, intent, and tone. Consider the phrase or the sentence as a whole. Think about what it means, but more importantly, what it tries to communicate, and try to find a way to convey the same idea in German. And here's the part that my students don't want to hear. This takes practice, patience, and a shift of mindset. Instead of asking, what is the German word for X, start asking, how would a German express this? That little change will save you hours of frustration. When you approach German this way, you stop chasing one-to-one translations and answers and start thinking in patterns, in expressions, in real communication. And that's where fluency lives, not in memorizing a list of disconnected words, but in learning how Germans put together their puzzle pieces together to build their version of the picture. The best part about this is that you learn faster this way. You aren't memorizing a list of vocabulary words separate from context because learning vocabulary lists is simply words out of context. Sure, the verb gehen is sometimes the word to go in English, but only in certain contexts. Thinking about translation in this way makes your German learning more efficient. So my advice, listen and read as much as you can in German. Notice how native speakers express ideas, not just which words they use. Don't be afraid when your translation doesn't look anything like the English sentence. That's actually probably a good sign. When you're a beginner, your sentences will look very similar in both languages. Ich bin Bob. I am Bob. Ich habe einen Bruder. I have a brother. But the more you learn, the further your sentences will get from each other. Als ich am Morgen erwachte, habe ich eine Spinne auf meiner Nase entdeckt. When I woke up in the morning, I discovered a spider on my nose. And whenever you catch yourself thinking word for word, pause and reframe. What is the meaning I want to get across? If you take anything from this video, it is that translation is not copying, it's communicating. The words might change, but the message stays the same. So the next time that you're tempted to put in a sentence into Google Translate and then take it at face value, remember the puzzle. Build it the German way. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!